Homeowners, it's a very scary time right now. Rates adjusting to higher payments, foreclosures up, bankruptcies are even up. Home values are falling, the economy is headed for a recession if it's not already in one. Protect your home, your equity, your retirement. Call eMortgage Solutions today and find out what you need to know to weather this economic storm.
Call eMortgage Solutions. We've got it figured out.
Top of the morning, and welcome back to Money Morning. My name's Eric Stewart.
And I'm Paul Robinson.
We're here with Scott Levitan. He is the Senior Vice President for Forest City New East Baltimore Project. Did I get all that right?
Yeah, partnership project.
I got it. Okay. So before the break, we were talking, and during the break, we were speaking about the most important facet of this entire project is employment.
Yes.
Obviously, housing is driven by employment. Employment is driven by housing. These two things are interconnected, so it's a very important subject. And it's also delicate in some ways in how you handle making sure that such a high-tech project and something that requires such high skill encompasses all levels of the workforce. So tell us about how many jobs and also the levels of positions that will be available.
Okay, well, the first thing I think we need to know is that between Johns Hopkins Medical Institute and Kennedy Krieger Institute, there are already 30,000 jobs in the neighborhood. We expect to add in our 1 million square feet of retail and life science space over 2,500 jobs. And those jobs run the gamut. There are retail jobs, there are lab technician jobs, there are top scientist jobs, there are going to be administrative jobs and CEO jobs. And we will have failed in our project if those jobs don't go in a large part to people who are resident in the East Baltimore community, people who have lived there in the past and people who are moving to East Baltimore for this new community. And so East Baltimore Development, Inc., with foundation support, has instituted a number of programs, some for the relocation families where people who are underemployed have an opportunity to get new job skills if they want to be in lab technicians. They're also training for very basic job skills for people who really haven't had the experience of full-time employment in the past, to give people very basic job skills about how you interview, what the expectation is, and if there's any educational training. The Baltimore Technology Institute is also going to relocate to East Baltimore, so that will be a training school for folks who want to have job training for lab skills.
Now, it sounds like you all have prepared for the adults in the community.
Yes.
But what about the generations beyond that? What preparations are you making for the children?
That's a really important point. There's a cycle, as we know, in some urban communities that kids either don't get through school or get through school without real applicable skills. So there's going to be a new school that's going to be created in this development. It's going to be a contract school under the support of the Baltimore School Committee, and it will be a K-8 school. And then the idea is that the kids will matriculate to Dunbar or one of the other schools in the community that already have science programs. The Dunbar Scholar Program is a science program.
Very nice.
All of those schools will have enhanced programming so that, as Mayor Dixon likes to say, from cradle to grave, this is really going to be a new technology-oriented economy, and that the people who live in East Baltimore can participate in that.
And it's really going to be great for the tax base, because Baltimore City's largest source of revenue is real estate taxes. So that's going to be a great influx to the city right there.
Speaking of which, will there be, and obviously we know there will be, but we talk all about the jobs and the commercial side of this. Will there be residential properties made available? And why don't you touch on that briefly?
Okay, there are going to be 850 residential properties in Phase 1 and probably another 1,000 new or renovated houses in Phase 2.
Now, is that for rent, for sale, or both?
It's for both, and it's the housing mix is to be able to accommodate low-income workforce housing, and market rate housing. In the city of Baltimore, the median income for a family of four is about $80,000. So affordable housing is defined as families that earn less than half of that, which is $40,000. Workforce ranges from $40,000 to $120,000, and then market is an unsubsidized housing product. So there will be very heavy subsidy for the affordable component, predominantly relocatees who want to come back, move back into Baltimore, and participate in this rejuvenated community. Our success is measured by how we help the people who live in East Baltimore to be able to return to the community and have better lives for themselves. It's not just physically transformational, it's transformational for a community to really pull itself up by its bootstraps and change the nature of the community and the aspiration of the community.
So what kind of time frame are we looking at for development as well as completion?
Okay, well, housing development is tied to development of commercial projects. That's one of the requirements of the project. We've already opened 152 units of rental housing for elderly and workforce. Another 200 units are going to be under construction this summer. We will be cutting the ribbon on our first life science building, 855 North Wolf Street, on April 11th, 2008, which is about 3 weeks from now.
Nice.
We're polishing the concrete and planting trees this week, and it's really an opportunity for celebration.
It is a great reason to celebrate. Of course, I'm sure the mayor is just excited about it coming closer, and it's going to happen during her regime as mayor. And when we come back, we want to talk about how eMortgage Solutions possibly can be involved in this wonderful project that Baltimore is seeing here just coming to life. So when we come back, we'll talk all about it. My name's Eric Stewart.
And I'm Paul Robinson.
And we'll be back here on Money Morning.
Attention.